friend. Do you have a second on a busy Wednesday? I've really been thinking about the sermons from this past Sunday at Mount Tabor. We've been talking about in our worship series about how we are overwhelmed by these circumstances of life sometimes, and the way life works, and how through trusting in God and leaning on God, we can move from being overwhelmed to being over it by trusting in God, because He is over it all. And this week we talked about people pleasing. And that really hit home for me because I am a people pleaser, have always been a people pleaser, and it does overwhelm me. And so for me, this week's messages were really convicting to me, that I have allowed other people to sit on a throne that only God should sit on, that I seek the approval of others before I seek the approval of God. And so my response to that this week has been really one of confession, and confessing to God that I commit this sin all the time, that I seek the opinions of others before I seek the opinion of God, that I want to make other people happy more than I want to make God happy. And I gotta own that and confess of that and work really hard to try to repent of it, but it's hard. So I've been talking a lot with God about how hard it is and how I don't really want to do it, but I do it. And it reminds me of Paul saying, I know what I should do, but I still do it. And I know what I shouldn't do, and I don't know how to stop. But I just want to encourage you to know that that's a conversation that we can have with our God, that when we are overwhelmed with trying to please people, we can recognize that the reason we've stirred up this nasty feeling of overwhelm is because we're looking in the wrong place for the approval. Our feeling is actually the outward sign of an inward problem. And so I've been confessing that to God this week. And here's the great thing I know about God. I can bring those confessions to Him, and I don't have to be ashamed. Because while I need other people to approve of me, God already approves of me. And so even when I come to Him with my heart laid bare and say, I am really messing this up, God, and I don't know how to stop, He accepts me, and He loves me, and He forgives me. That's what His word says. So I'm resting in that this week, and I hope that's helpful to you. It's something I want to change, and it's something I'm going to have to spend a while working on. But I am so glad that I have this church family to struggle with that together, and just maybe learn from one another, that this has been a difficult thing for me. And I trust it to my God. And I know that I can lean on Him and that He won't shame me. He's trying to shape me into the person He created me to be. So I'm going to get better with God's help every day. I'm going to do better. And I pray that encourages you. I pray that the Lord would surprise you with His kindness today. I pray that He would overwhelm you with His goodness. He is so faithful to do that.